With me, Greg Ball, Communications Director of the Rocket Classic. Greg, this is the 7th annual edition of the tournament. You've been here for all 7 of them, and it has been a rocket ride, all pun intended.
Yeah, it sure has, Roy. Thanks for having me today. And yeah, it's super exciting to be going into our 7th year. And also kind of crazy to think back to 2019 when we first opened the gates, and even before that when we were sort of planning to get ready for the Rocket Classic and not knowing what to expect. The level of success that this tournament has achieved over those 6+ years going into our 7th year is truly phenomenal, and it's nice to look back while also looking forward to an exciting event this year.
And taking a look, let's look at 2025. We had the media day recently, and some things were brought out, and some ongoing progress reports were given to us. What are a couple of the things that both you and the tournament director, it used to be Jason Langwell, I'll let you bring him up in the new one in just a second, but everybody seems to be proud of the progress that's being made. Why don't you brag on it for a moment?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that opportunity, Roy. We're proud of a lot of things here with the Rocket Classic, and it all goes back to Dan Gilbert's vision in bringing
Mhm.
this event to Detroit. He really wanted to celebrate Detroit and all the things that make it great, as well as make a lasting impact on the citizens of Detroit. So one of the biggest things that we're looking forward to really is surpassing that $10 million mark in contributions to our nonprofit partners. We finished last year at 9.9 something, and certainly we'll go over that 10 million mark this year. So that's super exciting. The digital divide, as well as partnering with some of our youth-based and golf-based partners in Midnight Golf, First Tee of Greater Detroit, and Detroit Pal as well. So that's one of the biggest things we're excited about.
Well, I
Um,
can't
and
go ahead.
and then, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but of course, a lot of great things happening as the tournament approaches. I think when all comes out in the wash, when we get to our final field here next Friday, I think we'll probably be looking at the strongest field we've ever had for the Rocket Classic. So we can get into some of those names here in a little bit, but a lot of great names from past champions to guys that are ranked highly in the official world golf rankings, and just a lot of exciting names that I think people will want to get out here and buy tickets to watch and enjoy. And then a lot of fun events as well, Detroit Community Days and things like that. But I'll stop talking for a minute here. I know you well, I know
No,
you have a
no.
few follow-up questions, so go for it.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And as far as talking about the field, we're going to give a teaser on that after we take a 30 break. But with that, one of the things that I have really enjoyed about the Rocket Classic, and I'm not too sure if there's any other PGA Tour events that do this, but the John Shippen is allowing minorities to qualify and earn exemptions into not only the Rocket Classic, but also the LPGA event, the Meyer event, the Dow event. And this is something, are any other tournaments doing this? Because this John Shippen, I know that the people in the community are really grateful.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity to talk about the John Shippen. There's really nothing else like it on the PGA Tour or the LPGA. There are other events that are doing great things in this space and trying to create opportunities for golfers and underrepresented communities. But the John Shippen is really unique. We're into our 5th year here of the John Shippen. We just had a great event on our women's side. Bailey Davis, who is a University of Tennessee product. 22 years old. She qualified, so she'll be playing this coming week in the Meyer, and then in a couple weeks in the Dow as well. So she got exemptions into both those tournaments. And then our men's tournament, we should be announcing the field here later this week. I think we're expecting a field of about 16 or 17 players, and these are really some of the most talented amateur and professional black golfers in the country. So one of the names you'll see on there is a guy named Chase Johnson, who Roy, you may have noticed, just worked his way into the U.S. Open this week as an alternate. So that was really cool. He was our 2023 Shippen champion, and he was the first Shippen player to make the cut in the Rocket Classic. Willie Mack III also played in the U.S. Open last year. He'll be in our field. A lot of other great names, and it's really just a great way to, like you said, it's the Saturday and Sunday before the Rocket Classic, so that's June 21st and 22nd. We're actually open to fans on the 22nd, free of charge. So if fans want to come out and watch some of these great players and cheer on their favorite players, they can do that. And then the winner of that 36 hole tournament will have a couple days to kind of think on their approach to playing in the Rocket Classic. From Monday to Wednesday, they'll get to get out there and practice, and then Thursday they'll tee it up alongside the best players in the world. So really, really cool event and a great opportunity for some of these guys to sort of prove themselves against the best players in the world.
And as a follow up, it's not only just the John Shippen, but you have three exemptions are granted by the Rocket Classic, by the executive committee. Ashton McCullough or McCulloch, I've heard it pronounced both ways, from Michigan State. He's in the field, and he's going to have a nice little gallery following him. Then you have two other players. Why don't you talk briefly about them? Because this is a great chance for these college players to get in there. A lot of them are going to the PGA Tour University when they're eligible. And so this is just a great transition to get them used to big time golf.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. So you mentioned Ashton from MSU. Also, Dominic Clemens was given an exemption through Folds of Honor, which is an organization that we're newly partnering with this year. He's a terrific player as well. And then Michael Lasasso, we gave him the exemption. He's from Ole Miss. I think that we announced that on a Thursday, and I think by Monday he was the NCAA Division One individual champion.
So,
So
so
made us look smart, or maybe not me, but made our team, Brittany Janice on our team, and some of her colleagues who make those decisions made them look smart. And so it'll be super exciting to see these guys come out and play. And it's a cool time of year that our tournament falls, where a lot of these guys have just finished up their college seasons,
yeah.
and they are either sort of venturing out into becoming professionals full time, or maybe they are spending the summer. They're going to go back to school and play again in the fall, but they are able to play on some exemptions. So really excited to watch those guys play, and just see what they can do and kind of get their career jump started here at the Rocket Classic.
And with that, in 30, we're going to be back. We're going to find out more about the 313 challenge this year. Hopefully, we get a couple celebrity drops. Hopefully, right, Greg? And then also, we're going to talk about the field itself, and we're going to have a nice wrap up. We'll do that in 30.
Toyota has three NASCAR Cup teams, 2311 owned by these two, but this guy actually races for his team. And they both share the track with the team owned by this guy. Three teams, four legends, all going after one cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
And with us, Greg Ball, Communications Director for the Rocket Classic, a tournament that's going to be held in just a couple of weeks at the Detroit Golf Club. And it's the 7th edition of the tournament, and always a huge draw to bring fans in is the Celebrity 313 Challenge. It's not just celebrities, that's the draw, but raising money for charity is the instrument to make it all happen. So tell us a little bit more about the 313. I did drone the three holes. Thank you very much. And just tell us all things about the 313, Greg.
Yeah, yeah. So a little bit of a new twist here this year, Roy. So Area 313 is, as your viewers and listeners know, is holes 14, 15, 16 at Detroit Golf Club. It's really a great gathering point. You can walk there within minutes from walking into the front gate at Detroit Golf Club. And it's kind of a central gathering spot. Really good viewing areas from there. You can see, holes 14, 15, 16, even over to 18. And we've sort of coined it over the years as the most charitable three holes in golf. We do a fun thing there called the 313 challenge, where if a player over the course of the four rounds makes birdie, eagle, birdie, I believe that's how it is, 313, or I guess it would be eagle, birdie, on those three holes, then they would trigger a $313,000 donation toward changing the course, which is really, really cool. It's our effort to end the digital divide. A little bit of a twist this year is our Detroit Community Day is going to be on Wednesday, and as opposed to having the celebrity challenge that we've had in the years past, where it's 3 holes on that Tuesday afternoon, on Wednesday in our pro-am, we're going to start sprinkling in some of those celebrities, athletes, and entertainers and whatnot into the pro-am. So we've got a pretty good list that has not yet been announced, but we'll start to trickle those out here over the coming days and weeks. And we'll have a lot of names that you recognize from, Detroit, some of the top Detroit athletes and celebrities, from other walks of life, entertainment, music, and whatnot. And the thinking there was, you come out to the Pro-Am on Wednesday. That's a free day for all our fans on Detroit Community Day, free parking, free admission. And you can spend all day watching golf, literally from about 6 or 7 a.m. until dinner time. You can watch golf for free, and you can enjoy not only seeing some of your favorite pros in a bit more of a relaxed atmosphere, but you can also see those celebrities playing, a full 18 holes. And you can either follow them from hole to hole, or you can kind of pick a couple spots where you want to hang out and watch various guys come through. So we're really excited to get some of those names out there, and we'll kind of just tease your viewers and listeners here that they'll need to keep an eye and an ear open on our social media pages for when we announce some of those names.
All right. Well, all right. So we didn't get the full money on that, but we know that the names are coming. Okay. And finally, taking a look today, we have a awesome field coming up. 2000, the first couple of years of the tournament, some great players were out there. Some of them went away a little bit. I just had Scotty Scheffler on my show about a month ago, Greg, and after the Murderers Row of courses, he like after the U.S. Open, they do downtime, but don't you fret. We got some of the best names in golf. Listen to what Greg's going to tell us right now. I'm absolutely amazed.
Yeah, we really do. We really do. And I kind of sort of categorize them in different categories. So, we can start with some of our past champions. So we have Cam Davis, who's our only two-time champion, Ricky Fowler, Tony Finau, and Nate Lashley, who was our first champion, who had a really, really cool story that first year.
Yeah.
And then you look at guys, guys that are up there in the world golf rankings. Colin Morikawa. At one point, he was number 4. I think he may still be number 4 in the world golf rankings. You've got guys like Patrick Cantlay, Keegan Bradley, who's going to be the Ryder Cup captain here coming up in September. Gosh, I'm trying to think of who else we've announced. We just this week announced Matt Fitzpatrick, who just 3 years ago. Here. Yeah, was the U.S. Open champion in Brookline a couple of years ago. We've just got so many great names, and like I said earlier, this really is trending toward being our strongest field ever. When you look at guys that are up there in the world rankings, and just guys who, I like to look at golf, and you're going to buy a ticket, and you're going to go out there. You've got 18 holes to cover, and you've got 8+ hours in the day where you're out there. You want to watch golf. You could see guys all day long, guys that are name guys who have won major championships, who, have won a lot on the PGA Tour, or who are up and comers that you really want to see. So super excited about our field. And I know I didn't name everybody, but, a lot of great names out there, and certainly people to get excited about when you come out.
Yeah, and the other thing too that Greg, to tease people that are on the fence of buying a ticket, and you shouldn't be. If you are, I mean, I don't know why, but here's the deal: Keegan Bradley, he's playing, he's a Ryder Cup captain, and what do players want to do that are on the fence? They want to impress him. And this is anytime Keegan is playing, some of these guys go, you know what, I might have taken this week off. I'm iffy on the line. I need to he might, we can maybe shake hands, glad handed a little bit, maybe even play together, for one of the rounds of golf. And I think that
Yes.
I think it's gonna capture his attention for sure.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that the time of year we fall at, whether it's the President's Cup or the Ryder Cup coming up, that is something that guys want to do. They want to impress the captain. If they're not already on the team, they want to come out and have a good showing, and try to win favor with that captain. On that point as well, there are guys who are maybe on the cusp, the fence of making the playoffs as well, right? Because we fall in late late June. Only gives them about a month or so to get in line and get their FedEx Cup number where it needs to be to get into the playoffs. So that's another reason for guys to want to play our event. Aside from the fact that they love the golf course, they love the city. There's so many great things about the experience there, but the timing works for us in those ways as well.
Ed, so that we don't play a drum roll for our audience out there, Greg, how can people find out more about the Rocket Classic, buy tickets, find out about the activities, and bring the whole family?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that opportunity, Roy. Yeah, people want to go to rocketclassic.com and follow us on social at Rocket Classic. There's really all the information you could need there. The biggest thing I always tell people is just take a look at, first of all, buy your tickets early because prices, do go up as we get a little bit closer to the tournament. And just keep an eye out. There's a lot of special events throughout the week, from hat giveaways to bobblehead days to different theme days. So, jump online at rocketclassic.com, take a look at what the various themes are for the various days, and that may be a determining factor. And if you can't decide whether you want to come Thursday or Friday, that may sway you on making a decision. So rocketclassic.com, and follow us on social at Rocket Classic.
Greg Ball, Communications Director for the Rocket Classic, and he's the grand poobah of all knowledge of what's going on holes 1 through 18 at the Detroit Golf Club. Greg, thank you so much for coming on, and hit them long and straight.
Thank you so much, Roy. Really appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you and all your viewers and listeners out there at the Rocket Classic June 25th to 29th.